Hello and welcome to this StromLearn video where we're going to be looking at using tree diagrams to calculate the probability of consecutive events. What we will do when we get on the right page. There we go. Alright, so there are 6 pens in the box. 4 are black and the rest are blue. 1 pen is removed from the box. The colour is noted and then replaced. Another pen is then taken from the box. And then we've got some probabilities to find out. So first of all, we have to construct a tree diagram. So if you have watched the previous video in this series, that focused on this skill in more depth. But we've got a pen, so I'm going to label my first set of branches my first pen. And it can be black, or it can be blue. And then I'm taking a second pen, which can also be black, or it can be blue. So there are 6 pens in total, so I've got 6 to choose from, so that's telling me the denominator of my fraction. 4 are black, which means the other 2 must have been blue. Now it tells us that the colour is noted and then replaced, so that means I've got the same probabilities here on the second set of branches. So there we go. And this is going to take a while, but I'm just going to write at the ends here all the different outcomes. So the first one is black, black, because it's going across the top of both the branches. So black, then black. Next one is black, then blue. Then we've got blue, then black, and then we've got blue, then blue. Now, the key thing when you are using a tree diagram is when you go across branches, you multiply them. So black, black is 4/6 multiplied by 4/6, which gives us 16/36. I'm not going to simplify this fraction, and it's pretty much a good idea not to, because it's particularly if you're doing this as a non-calculator exercise, you will find that you always get the same denominator if you don't simplify the fraction, whereas otherwise sometimes you might then end up with different denominators, and that can cause a problem for the second part of this, which will become relevant when we start answering the questions. Okay, if you're doing it on a calculator paper, then your calculator will automatically simplify it for you. Now, don't then unsimplify it. There's no point in that, but don't simplify it unless you need to. Okay, so these next two are both 8/36 for different reasons. Black then blue was 4/6, and then we went along 2/6, and blue then black was the other way round. And then finally blue then blue, 2/6 times 2/6, which is 4/36. Now if I add all those fractions together, it would come to 36/36, or a whole, and that must be true for tree diagrams. Okay, so now we're really in a good position to start tackling these problems. So the first problem, find the probability that 2 black are chosen. So that's black, then black again. Well, we've already worked out that was 16/36. B, the probability of a black, then a blue. Well, we've already done that as well. That was 8/36. So C, 1 black and 1 blue. Now, this is crucially different from B, because B specifies the black has to be first, because it's a black, then a blue. C doesn't specify that. It's just 1 black and 1 blue. And that can be done 2 different ways. It could be black and then blue, which was 8/36. But it could also be blue then black, which is 8/36 as well. Now, when there is more than one route through the tree diagram that satisfy the conditions we're looking for, we need to add those probabilities together, and then that gives us 16 out of 36 when we do that. Final one, both the same. So that could be black then black, which is 16 out of 36. But it could also be blue then blue, which is 4 out of 36. Add those together, 20 out of 36. And you may have noticed that all 4 of my final answers here could be simplified. I'm not going to bother because it's not expected of you to simplify answers or simplify fractional answers when you're doing probability work. And so I'm not going to bother. Okay. Right, here are some questions for you to have a go at. So you're going to need to first of all construct a tree diagram, and then you're going to have to start working things out. Now the tree diagrams I don't have here as the answers, but here are the answers to the probability part. If you were working through this with a calculator, you may well have simplified fractions. If you have done it like that and you want to check if it's the same, if you just type in one of these fractions into the calculator and push equals, if it will simplify, the calculator will automatically simplify it for you.